Today I want to talk about the all-in-one digital marketing toolkit for garage door companies featuring Revenue Commander. So what we'll cover today is how to unleash the power of automation to improve your lead generation efforts, how to simplify and streamline your workflow, and how you can save money on subscription costs by using an all-in-one solution. Why would you listen to me? Couple of reasons, but we work with a bunch of garage door companies, and I've been doing this for a very long time. So like I said, we work with some garage door companies. We got lots of reviews over time. I just want to get right into it. So with all these webinars, we're talking about our accelerated growth model. An accelerated growth model just means that your digital marketing process, and really your overall marketing process, but specifically digital marketing, it's about driving leads, maximizing conversions of those leads, and then optimizing the results. Okay? And that's part of our accelerated growth roadmap. And for something like this, it's really about maximizing conversion and optimizing results. So there's not a clear bucket that this one in particular falls into. Really, it's even about driving leads. I mean, your database is in there, your automation is in there, your reputation management can be in there, there's analytics and things in there. So this is really a core tool, and it's one that we use ourselves. And all of these are really about the digital dominance method, which is the way that you want to think about how you generate leads and customers on the internet. There's all these different buckets that you have to hit, and maybe you can't hit them all at once, but you want to look at what you're not doing and add something to it. And for this year I've added AI because that's really starting to make changes in how things happen. And so we'll talk about that over the course of this year. But when you think about, when you're doing your marketing, you're managing marketing, how many different platforms are you using each week? With garage door companies, you're going to have ServiceTitan a lot of the time. It does a lot of stuff. But you may have a separate email platform. You may have, depending on what you do, a bunch of different stuff. And one, you're going to have your CRM where you manage your customers and your sales, right? You're going to have something for marketing and communication. I guess I got to move this up here because it's covering up the banners. You're going to have something for lead generation and conversion. Maybe that's on your website. Maybe it's landing pages, even something like HubSpot or things like that. Some people use that. So we've got all this different stuff. And then, of course, your website, your online presence, your social media profiles. There's all this kind of stuff. And generally, you have to manage it in a bunch of different places. And then, of course, your analytics and your reporting. And so you've got all these things spread all over the place. You may not remember where they all are. And with all the 8 million other things you have to do, it can be a little annoying to deal with all this stuff. And when you change platforms, you're doing something called context switching. And that just means that, when you do new things, you kind of got to reset and change your context. That's what the context switching is. And it decreases your efficiency, it reduces the quality of your work, increases stress sometimes, depending on your personality. And a lot of times it can really inhibit your productivity. And so, in addition to that, when you pay for separate marketing platforms, you're fragmenting your budget, which really just means you're spending money unnecessarily on tools you don't need. It increases your operating costs, which reduces your ROI, and it's just wasted spend. And it's very easy to waste spend on tools. You just buy them and forget about them. I still do it. I mean, because they're like AI, I've got to buy all these different AI tools now and try them all. And then I might forget the $20 subscription, but that adds up when you do enough of it. So the bottom line is, and why we're talking about Revenue Commander, is you don't need another platform. You need a single platform that can do all of that stuff. And for us, that's Revenue Commander. It's our platform. And we don't do the context switching. So all the stuff that we do is in there. Our landing pages are in there. Our email sequences are in there. Our calendars, our customers are in there that we email to when you schedule an appointment with us. That's in there. The follow-up marketing automation that happens from that is in there. The call tracking is in there. The reputation management is in there. Some analytics is in there. Some social media is in there. And there's even stuff in there that we just don't use because I just haven't bothered to go in there and do it yet. But you really can do a ton of stuff in here. And so it takes all of these individual costs and just compresses them down to a single monthly cost. And that's great. So like I said, we have like the CRM and pipeline management. So as we run marketing campaigns, and it will generate opportunities and leads, and sales can disposition those accordingly, and we can see funnels and expected sales and things like that. And so we have our sales funnels. The webinars that we do are part of a sales funnel webinar campaign in Revenue Commander. So the invitation to what you're watching now is from Revenue Commander. It's managed in Revenue Commander. The email follow-up sequence is from Revenue Commander. The newsletters in Revenue Commander. The landing page is in Revenue Commander. And ultimately, the webinar itself is hosted in Revenue Commander. It's all in there. We do a ton of stuff with it. And we use the website builder. You probably saw this to get here. The application to do our marketing calls, to look at your market report, things like that. That's built in Revenue Commander. It syncs with the CRM. The email marketing's in there for our newsletter, as I mentioned. We can do two-way SMS marketing. So you text and email sales. That's all in Revenue Commander. Like I said, the booking and appointments is in there. These workflow automations, where it checks, have you done, as called us before. If you have, we're not going to send you the 8 million emails. If you haven't, we're going to send you the 8 million emails. Tracking the calls, where are they coming from, where they answered. We can track outbound calls if you're doing that, all kinds of stuff. Reputation management. We can manage this stuff in here. We can send reviews requests. We have an automation for it that we've built. We do the tracking and analytics in here. So you can see, all the stuff that you would go to Google Analytics for, you can pull that in here. We don't use this for proposals and estimates, but we could. You could too in some cases, depending on if you have a system already, like ServiceTitan. It's not going to do what ServiceTitan does. You're not going to want to switch that piece of it to here. But generally, I think of this as this is your marketing platform, and eventually it gets handed over to your production platform. And Revenue Commander does play well with ServiceTitan in some ways. Okay. So if you want to check it out, you can go to revenuecommander.com. Like I said, we run a lot of our business on it. We use the CRM and marketing functions. We do use it for our clients. We build landing pages in here, so all of our clients get Revenue Commander accounts. We use it to run emails. We use it to run call tracking. There are AI features that are coming on board, like AI Receptionist, AI Chat, that will be enabled through Revenue Commander and will work through Revenue Commander. So, as you consider it, think about things you are doing now and can move, things you are not doing now but should, things you may not have thought of but could be huge. And I'll give you an example. You can host your website within Revenue Commander. It's much cheaper. It's like $15 a month. So depending on what you're paying for WordPress hosting, might not be bad to move it. If you're a Revenue Commander customer and you have a WordPress website, we'll just as basically a bonus, we'll do website updates for you if it's WordPress, right? So, if you use Revenue Commander and then you move your website in, then you also can just email us tech support for your website and make updates and stuff. So that's some of the value add that we put in Revenue Commander. And I would say coming soon, one thing that I'm working on is, documenting in a user-friendly way the plans that we execute for our customers every day. So what's our playbook for Google Ads? What's our playbook for SEO, for designing websites, for email campaigns, for doing direct mail postcards, all these things. It's going to take some time to get all this documented in a way that I think is presentable. Well, then we're going to include that with Revenue Commander. So if there's certain things that you want to do yourself and you're a Revenue Commander customer, go for it. You'll have the map. And so when I release it in the next 3-4 months probably, it will be included free for existing Revenue Commander customers when it rolls out. I might charge more for it in the future, but I try to add value for Revenue Commander folks because it's a great tool. It's a sticky tool, and I want more people to have it. So, and it's extremely cheap. It's $97 a month for everything. All the features, everything that you can do with it, it's included for $97 a month. The only additional costs would be usage-based. So and this is, if you're using other marketing platforms, it's this way too. Sending text messages, sending emails, there's small usage costs for these. But it's pretty small on a month-to-month basis, depending on how much you do. You can sign up for an annual plan, get 2 months free. And of course, if you do our marketing plans, we include Revenue Commander with it. So if you're not our customer and you want to give it a test, you can try it free for 7 days. You can sign up at revenuecommander.com. And it's great. I mean, as you start using it, you'll kind of see the tools that you can get rid of. And $97 a month for all these tools is an enormous deal. Okay. So I'm going to skip right to the free market report. If you want to talk with us about working with you to do these things, and not really Revenue Commander specifically, but the other things like marketing, growing your business, website, SEO, PPC, email, direct mail, all these things, go ahead and go to garagedoormarketers.com/apply-now. You'll be taken to a page which has a Revenue Commander form. When you fill out that Revenue Commander form or survey, you're going to go to a Revenue Commander calendar. And when you book on that Revenue Commander calendar, you're going to get put into a Revenue Commander marketing automation sequence. And you'll start hearing from Jason. And the conversations you have with him via email or text will all live in Revenue Commander. So if you want to get a sense for the kind of things that it can do for your business on the pre-sale side and marketing side, by all means apply for this call. Now, if you don't want to do the call, don't do this, because we're going to put together a free report for you about your market, and we're going to talk to you about buying our services. So if you don't want to talk to us about that, don't do this. But if you might want to talk to us about it and you want to see what Revenue Commander can do, by all means, go apply now. If you don't care about talking about Revenue Commander, you just want to talk marketing, well, then give us a call. And Jason will get back to you if he doesn't answer right away and talk to you about that. So that's all for today. Nice and brief. I hope it was valuable. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.